long, but you know what? It wasn't that bad, was it really? My parts tray, move my parts tray over here. I'll get my oil out. Now, some of these are oiled with D5, and some of them get oiled with 9010. This center wheel, it's the center wheel, it's the fourth wheel, I think. It just gets a little bit of 9010. And the escape wheel, that gets a bit of 9010. And then the other ones get a little bit of D5, like that one there, which is the mainspring jewel. That gives a bit of 9010. The center wheel and the third wheel. Am I still in camera? Yep, center wheel and third wheel. The center wheel, which is not in the center, right? I keep on saying that. They'll get a bit of D5. A bit of there, a little bit of that. And a drop of D5 on that. And then all the rest of it, when I flip her over, then I'll get my rider car and just make sure that I haven't made an absolute disaster, oil slick with everything. That's okay there, just have a little bit of a touch of Rooney. Right, okay. Now, I've got that on. The next thing I probably want to get on is the, let me just wiggle. So while you've got things like this, it's easier to just always check. You always just got to check, make sure things are turning around and levers are working and all that sort of stuff. Like just check the hacking lever, that's working okay. You know, because it's just such an easy thing to stuff up, and it'll just give you all sorts of problems. Now I could put the palette on now, or should I just no, I'm going to put what I'm going to do. No, I will put the palette on now. Put the palette on now, and make sure do not oil the palette pivots. They do not get oiled. Have heard some people say that, some of the manufacturers say to oil them, but other people say don't oil them. So anyway, and the book for this says don't oil them. Well, it doesn't say, you know, it says don't oil them, so I'm not going to oil them. All right, that's that, and pallet bridge, and the screw is there. Put the cover on there. Okay, just double check everything's okay. There's no debris in there, and I should be puffing everything with a bit of with my. Should be puffing things with the old puffer. You can see that when you puff on the what's its name, on the escape wheel, it just turns exactly like it should. Bit of oil there. I just want to get rid of a bit of oil there. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, now let's get this palette on. Very, very delicate piece of kit. This, you don't want to wreck that, because you have a bad day if you do that. Just want to give it a little bit of a clean. Just ever so gently, just clean it with the Rodico. And this is the time that I wanted it to fall backwards, and it did. Awesome. All right, so I got that cleaned. It shouldn't need a real clean, but you know what I'm going to do, because this needs to get on the pallets, on the actual pallets. They say put some of that 91 whatever on there. I might do that. I might oil it while it's on there. What do you reckon, eh? Good idea, good idea. You know what I might do for this? How are you going for view? All right, I might just chuck on my by 10s. Again, you know, no rush. What time have we got? 30 minutes, yeah. I mean, it could have been done by now, but why are we rushing for? You rush things, you break things, right? You don't want to break anything. Alright, so I'll get my expensive oil. Far out, mate. It's like liquid gold. What am I going to put on there? I reckon I'll get some 9415. No, I'll get some 941 if I can find it. 9415. Yeah, it's always has to be the last one you grab, right? It's never going to be the first container you grab. So this stuff here. Yeah, okay, 941. And this is just an absolute dab right on the palette. So let's have a look here. This is my little, whoa, there's a bit of a light there. I'm not going to use that one. That's too. That's the by 20, mate. There's no way that's going to happen. That's too bloody. All right. Let's get a little bit of oil on that. Okay, and this is just an absolute dab. This is nothing. This is like half a drop on the palette. Okay. Let me just, I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. If I stuff it up, I just clean it off, right? Man, I nailed that. That was an arse. That was arsey. Like we say, I jagged that one. And that one too. Oh, the gods are on my side today. That's not a good sign, because for everything to be going right so far, something's going to go massively wrong. Something's going to happen. Anyway, let's think positive, right? Positive thoughts. All right, get them on, get my normal goggles on. All right, sorry about that. All right, so we're back into view, are we? Is that where? Yep, that's good. We still got camera still on. Just want to make sure. Yep, we're right. We're still cooking. Oh gee, that was a lot of oil on that. Far out. Just looking at that. No, I didn't nail it. I stuffed it. That's heaps of oil. My gosh. Oh wow. That one there. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll get you in view. You can have a look at my mistakes. I don't care. I'm not a professional, right? Even if I was a professional, professionals make mistakes too. I just got a little bit of, just clean up, and just touch a bit of erotica on that, because I probably smeared a bit too much on the palettes there, but on the tops. So if I just dab that, I should get the anyway, that should be okay. All right, let's go. Let's rock and roll. Take the palette off that. Don't drop it on the ground, because that's not a good day for me. All right, I'll turn it over because I got it on the wrong way. Oh, come on, man. Okay, yep, that's all right. Good. And we'll get it in that. Come on, don't give me a hard time. Not now. Oh, did you see the shakes I had? Come on. All right, come on, just get in there. You know, it's like a plant. You talk to a plant, it grows. You talk to the watch movement, it should do stuff for you. Don't know. Why is it so hard? Oh, that's in. I think that's in. Looks like it's in. Good, 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 good. Let's give this a little bit of a cleaner rooney. Just make sure that no oil has gone into that pivot, because we don't oil these pivots, remember. Just make sure we've got a bit of a... Yeah, but this movement, I had it on the time grapher, and I tell you what, it was so good. Gee, I was really surprised. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, but gee, it gave really good time. Right, now again with this, be very careful when you line this up. Line up those, there's two here. 1, 2, 1, 2. There's two posts, and the one screw hole, and that's upside down. Oh, like I didn't put that on. You can tell it's upside down because when I looked at the screw hole here with that post, it was on the wrong side. Plus, this screw hole is a countersunk, so you know, again, drop it on the post there. Have a look how we're going. Check a bit of a how do you doing there. That looks okay. Looks like it's on its little where it's supposed to be. Grab the screw. Get my screwdriver ready. And you're just gonna be oh, that's got flat. That screw's got so much fluff on it, mate. Jeez, looks like a stuffed animal. Gosh, how'd I get all fluff on it? Did I move anything? No. There you go. I'll just clean that up. That was my tweezers. I'll put that in a bit of right. Okay. Now, before you drive this home, just get it started a little bit, and I mean a little bit, like, you know, 1 or 2 threads, and then just check, double check this. This is delicate work here. This is, if you snap this pivot, you're done. You're done. Just check that it moves left to right. Yep. Start off with the right, finish off, drive it home with the left. Now, be very careful. I just take my time with this, and I just do another couple of turns, and then I check. And then I grab it, and then I make sure, and this is where you might want to grab your number 5s. They're very, very fine. And just make sure that it's actually in. Then you wind it down a bit more, and that's got a bit of tension on it, so yep, that's in like Flynn. And then once it's in there, then you just drive her home. That's it. And then I'll just give it another check. Yep. Because once you've cracked, I've never done it, I've never broken it, but once you've done that, it's game over. You might as well just stop. You might as well just stop and go and curse a little bit, or do whatever you need to do to get over it, because you are done for the day. I mean, you can put the rest together and then come back to that when you get a new, but gee, that would really annoy me big time. All right, got a bit of oil. Whoops, got a bit of oil on the top here from those because as you're turning it around, oil will pop out of those as you're turning it around. Oil will pop out of those jewels. So that's okay. So the next thing to do is, in order to check all this that you've done it all right, we start putting on some of the crown and the ratchet wheel, and then that will oops, I'll just put my oiler away. Just put the top of my oiler just so I don't. I actually stabbed myself with the oiler before, and no joke, it went right into my finger. It was actually sticking out of my finger. I don't know if I've had my tetanus shot, but well, I did put in pithwood first, so I suppose I'll be okay. Right, enough about me. All right, grab out this ratchet wheel. That's not the ratchet wheel, that was a crown wheel. But anyway, I know what I was talking about. I meant, you know, the ratchet wheel, you know, and stuff, and co. ratchet wheel and co, there you go. That was the ratchet wheel. That was the ratchet wheel. It's the crown wheel. Oh, yeah, and I was saying to you before, be careful about this bushing, and I looked at it, I thought, oh, I've lost that bushing. I was spewing. Spewing, there's another Aussie little term for you. Spewing. That means you're really pissed off with yourself. You're spewing. Oh, I'm spewing. Doesn't mean throwing up everywhere. Anyway. Yeah, but I would have been spewing. All right, so I know there's got a bit of oil on it. Let me just pull this out of the way. Just give me a little bit of a clean without losing everything now. I'm just going to move these out of the way. I'll grab my, what do you call it? Gee, this what's this name? This Rydico that I got is, this has got so much fluffy stuff on it. I'm going to have to throw it out after this job. Well, job. After this. It's not a job. Alright, okay. Give it a bit of a clean. That's that one done. That was the crown wheel. Now the ratchet wheel. Now top of the ratchet wheel we can always clean when we get it on, because we get on underneath. Got a bit of oil on it. You know what? I'm gonna get. No, I'm gonna get that still. Got a bit of oil on it. I must have. Whoa! Oh, did you see that? That's okay. That would have been easy to find. That's for sure. That wouldn't have ended up in the black hole. That would have ended up straight on the floor. Now just make sure you don't put these on the wrong way. Is it? No, you can't. Well, you can put it on the wrong way, but it's as easy to work out because there is a recess in there. What about the yeah, the crown wheel? The same thing. All right, good. Okay. Now this thing here looked like it had a little bit of oil on it. The old click. The old clickaroony. I tend to oil the click a little bit as well, because I think to myself, you know, the thing is, like, you know, every time you wind it, there's manual wind, right? So you gotta every time you wind it, it's, you know, moving, it's rubbing against something. So maybe I overrule this. I don't know. Click spring as well. I don't know whether I overrule it, but you know, it's so far away from the sort of far away from the gear train. I just want to make sure. It just gives me I just get the heebie-jeebies, and I've said this before. I get the heebie-jeebies when metal rubs on metal. I just don't like it. As I work on a few engines and that, metal rubbing on metal, not the good side. How are we going here? Are we centered, or we're totally out of the picture here? Oh, we'll move this down a bit. Okay, yeah. All right, so that's looking okay. So the order of works. How do we do this? Do we go with the crown wheel first, or do we go with a ratchet wheel? Is it going to make any difference? I don't think it's going to make any difference, but if it does, I will change. So we'll go with the crown wheel first. So the crown wheel, you like I said before, you know. Let me just come up a little bit. Yeah, come up too much. See how there's that's the top. It's got that recess in it, and the bottom is flush. Plus the bottom's got those sort of scratch marks on it, which would scratch it on their sake. So that way there goes on one way. And what I should do is put a bit of D5 on that, because obviously that rides on that little bushing that we don't want to lose. And there's a bit of, obviously it's metal rubbing on metal, so we just want to give a bit of D5, I think is the order for that. Everything else is D5, I don't think we use the 9010 for anything. And this oiler, just too much oil, I don't like it, but anyway. I'll put a little bit of oil there, just a dabberoony. Very technical term, that, dabberoony. I'm sure you professional watchmakers out there learnt that in watchmaking school. Got tested on it. Got the little bushing on. And then again, just another little, just a little smidge. Smidge, another technical term. Smidge is a little bit less than a dab. But I reckon, yeah, that'll be okay. See, I was looking around for where's the crown wheel gone? Look at this. This is why you got to be careful. Look at that. I mean, where's the damn crown wool gone? And it's stuck on my finger. Got to be careful. I mean, I'm lucky it was that, and it wasn't that little bushing. It wasn't that little click spring that's... You can't even see it. Little click spring is here, you know, because I would be absolutely spewing if I had lost that. That's why I don't like taking stuff out until I need it, but I don't know why I got a little bit excited. Anyway, crown wool. Crown wool, why has it got so much stuff on it? All right, crown wool is on. Now the crown wool is, we know the crown wool is a left-hand thread, and it's the it is the short one, right? It's the short one. It's a little bit vertically challenged. Short one, okay. Got that on there. Grab a bigger screwdriver. Which one do we grab? 1.6. Oh yeah, the 1.6 will do it. Is it 1.6? Yep. Right, now remember, left-hand thread. So left-hand, tighten it up. If you've got this in the wrong hole, we're going to find it in about 2 seconds because it won't screw in. But that goes in. I don't want to do it up too tight at the moment. I don't know why, I just don't. Nah, I might as well. Yeah, go on. Be a radical. Again, you don't have to... don't have to like put, you know, don't have to go to town on them. Right, now the next thing we'll go on is the other side, so the ratchet wheel and stuff. Right, ratchet wheel, we will grab this click. Now I'll probably get this on the wrong way. How does this go on? Okay, that's wrong. It'll go on this way like that. Goes into a little... Now there's a little post that it goes into, and I'm just going to oil up that little post a little bit. Just a little dab. Oh my God, a little dab. Man, I made a mess of that. What a backyarder. Can you get that one? Backyarder. Amateur hour. This is... Welcome to amateur hour. I want to get a little bit of a dab in there. Not that much. That was a smidge, not a dab. Yep, it's enough. That's enough. And then we'll drop the click into its little... Come on, in you get that. Come on. You know you want to go there. Good boy. Good girl. Whatever. Alright, sitting in there nicely, and then we'll get the click spring in there as well. And this you do not want to lose. That I will never find. That will really... Alright, that's that. No tension on that at the moment, which is good. What I will do is just put a little dab of oil just where that click spring. Can you see any of this? Yeah, just where that click. Here we go. Just get it up here a little bit. See the click spring? Where is it? See, just where that click spring touches the click, just in there. Now in the post there, I put a little dab, but just in there where that metal rubs on metal, just want to put a little smidge. You know, just to make sure that, because every time, there you go, every time you wind the watch up, it's going to touch there, you know, every time you wind it up, it's going to move. So metal rubbing on metal, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't like it. All right, and then we got the ratchet wheel. Now that's ratchet's got a square hole in it. Again, let me just show you here. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. There you go. It's got a square hole. And again, flat side. And that's got a recess in it, so you know which way to put it up. Again, I'm probably just telling you stuff you already know, but anyway. Some of you do, some of you don't. Some of you don't care. Some of you just want this video to be over, or you've already detuned. Now, you've got to line up, maybe I should have put it the other way around. You've got to line up the square hole, and then you've got to, you know, obviously engage the teeth as well. So this is gonna, I probably should have, there you go. Whip. You probably should have put that on. Now, in hindsight, I probably should, or was it, you probably should have put that on before I put the crown wheel on, because, yeah. Anyway, we'll see if that click spring's popped out. We'll find that in about 5 seconds. Now, this is a normal right-hand thread, so, oops, and you'll find that when you start doing that, it'll turn. So you just, oops, you don't do that. You just do not do what I just did. Get it on there, and I reckon I've dislodged. Oh no, I haven't. I thought no, that's not sitting on properly. That's not on. That's. Where's it on? I'm not really happy with that. Let me just have a look. Let's have a. Yeah, it seems to be clicking all right, but let me just jam. I reckon it's just located itself now. Let me just snug it up a little bit and give it a bit of a turn. Whoopsie daisy, give it a bit of a turn with the screwdriver. Yeah. Whoop. Yep. See, just do that, and I just scratch the what's his name a little bit. Right, it's putting tension on, I can feel that. So what I might do now is just drive that home. So I'll just jam these brass tweezers, because as you're turning that screw and tightening it, you're obviously winding the thing. So just if you jam your tweezers in there, in one of the teeth, and just snug her up a little bit. Just be careful you don't do what I just did. And scratch the top of that. Did I scratch it, or did I? Yeah, I think I scratched it a little bit. Oh no, I didn't. Oh yes, I did. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway. Again, it's not a Patek Philippe, right? Or a Rolex, or a, you know, high-end movement. It's just, anyway. It's got war wounds, that's what it's got. Now, I'll manually wind it a little bit, put a bit of tension on it. And the reason I put a bit of tension on it is so we can test that, that pallet. So we'll get our pointy stick, and we'll just, what we do is we'll just knock that pallet and just see if it flips. Seems to do what it's supposed to do, but I just put a bit more tension on it because I'm not. Let's have a look. And it's got my oiler. It's a bit. Make sure it's clean. I don't want to put any oil on the back of that. All right, got the oiler. Let's see if it does what it's supposed to do. All right, let's have a look. Yep, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Awesome. Excellent. I can put away that screwdriver.